Hey, my friends. Welcome back to another episode of Notes from the Edge. I am your host, Lacy, and this is the place we have the conversations we should have been having all along. Guess what? You ain't talking about it, but we're gonna. And today's special guest is Carol Look, who is a psychotherapist, founding EFT Master, internationally recognized workshop leader, and best-selling author of The Yes Code. We like the word yes in here. And yes, thank you. With more than 30 years of clinical experience and over 25 years teaching EFT, boy, that was before anybody ever heard of it. Carol helps people identify and release the emotional barriers underlying self-sabotage, fear of failure, fear of success, anxiety, stress, grief, addiction, trauma, all of it. She has laser-like focus, clarity, humor. We like to laugh in here. It is medicine. She combines traditional psychotherapy with advanced applications of EFT tapping, and her work helps clients understand why they're stuck. Guys, if you're stuck, we're going to talk about how to reach out to Carol. Her work has been featured through global summits, podcasts, documentaries, workshops, and professional conferences around the world. Carol, welcome to Notes from the Edge. How are you today, my friend?
I love Notes from the Edge, Lisa. Glad to be here. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so happy you're here too. And I love the two books behind you because they say the word yes. And we talk a lot in here about soul yeses and hard no's. But the title of our episode today is The Problem Was Once the Solution. And that's such a powerful idea. So when we are stuck, whether it's in addiction or procrastination or chronic people pleasing or self-sabotaging, boy, I was the queen of self-sabotaging an opportunity. What is that behavior actually protecting people from? We're just going to dive right into it.
Well, that's the key, Lisa, is that it is protecting us, and we need to have some compassion for ourselves. So if someone's 25 pounds overweight or addicted or procrastinating, don't be mad at yourself and criticize yourself. Back up and say, what's the upside of what am I doing? What is it protecting us from? Now, many times people will say, I don't like the visibility, or I don't want to feel deep feelings, right? With any addiction. You have to understand.
I was running from my emotions for 20 years in a bottle. But Carol, I'll tell you, once I turned and faced them, I was like, whoa, this is not that bad, guys. It's not that bad. And it's worth it once you get through the hard parts, you know?
Well, what I say to people is addictions work. Okay, so again, stop getting mad at yourself. Food, alcohol, cigarettes, drugs, it works to anesthetize your feelings or keep you hidden, whatever it is that you're trying to run from. So you just ask the questions like, what could be a downside of being visible and being out there, right? And being successful? What's a downside? And be like, because last time I was out there, I got in trouble or I got hurt or somebody said something. No wonder I'm procrastinating and not, launching Substack or not launching my website or something. No wonder. But I was never asked the questions. I was never asked, what's the upside of staying stuck? Because people say, don't be silly. There's no upside. Well, of course there's an upside or you wouldn't be doing it.
You're getting something out of it.
Getting something out of it. So we have to ask them questions and say, you are protecting yourself with sabotage behavior. Just find out what it is. Then you can treat the real problem.
Yeah. So ask better questions. Have compassion for yourself. Forgive yourself. Let yourself off the hook. Stop beating yourself up. Yeah. And then ask the why question. See, we love the word why in here too. We don't ask enough of the why. We ask the what's wrong with you? What's wrong with me? But we don't ask, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why am I doing this? And it's hard at first because it does, Carol, require brutal honesty and accountability and responsibility, right?
Yes, it does. You can't hide behind the questions well,
once you can't unsee what you see, guys. You can't
hide behind the behavior. So it can be challenging, absolutely, to say, wait a minute, what do you mean? There's a downside to my success. I keep going to workshops trying to be successful. I keep reading books trying to be successful. I keep trying to change my marketing program. Yeah, but if you're in your own way,
you're never going to get there. Yeah.
There's a reason you're in your own way. So take a look at it, ask the questions, and then you can go towards the right solution. Everybody's trying to fix the wrong thing.
Aren't we? We're looking in the wrong direction.
You understand. We're all trying to fix the wrong thing.
I get it. Well, you talk about we're wired for safety. And we always talk in here about safety being foundational for us.
Yes.
So talk to me about being wired for safety, not success. Because,
Yes.
you know, I had success. I had the 6-figure income. I had the house, the cars, the toys, the family, the whatever, the things. And people thought I looked successful, but I was so miserable behind the scenes. I was unraveling slowly into a full mental collapse, actually. So, why is safety so much more important than success? And with foundational safety, better success can follow. But talk to us about safety as a foundation.
So everybody wants success and they skip over their nervous system and the reaction that our nervous system has. So the nervous system wins, everybody. If you're human or an animal, the nervous system wins every time. So people keep chasing success and they're not asking the questions again, which might mean, well, does your nervous system have a problem with being visible and successful? Are you sabotaging yourself because you're worried something bad will happen this time, like it happened last time? So if
Yeah.
you don't feel safe in the next level, up leveling anywhere, relationships, money, work, if you don't feel safe, you will move heaven and earth to pull back. And that's what people don't get. They'll say, what am I doing? I don't understand my behavior. How could I get in my own way? Why would I do that? Because safety comes first. Someone asked me in a podcast, can't we be wired for joy? Sure, if it feels safe to feel joyful. Why aren't we?
Yeah, so that's scary at first. If you're used to the other shoe dropping all the time, peace. Oh, peace was like in early sobriety, it was boring. It was boring. I was like, what is this downtime?
What is the
I
quiet?
am with myself. I don't know if I like my own company. There's a lot going on in here. Yeah, now I dig myself. I love my own company. I love my alone time. But Carol, there was a time where I couldn't even be alone.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're speaking to millions and millions and millions of people who can't be alone.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel safe to be alone because the feeling of hurt comes up, the feeling of abandonment, the feeling of anger or guilt. And they've not been given the tools, as I wasn't either, to deal with emotions that are troubling. So then they become active, too embroiled in arguments, drama, people.
Chaos. Oh, it was so much chaos for me, girl. Yeah.
Facebook, doesn't matter what it is. Again, all of the distractions work. You have to understand why you would want to be so distracted all the time.
What are you running from? Yeah. Yeah. Well, Carol, how did you get into EFT 25 years ago? Because really, we're just starting to hear about it about 10 years ago. So you were in it, you know, when it wasn't cool.
The founder of EFT taught me. So
Yeah.
I was a traditional psychotherapist and then I became a hypnotist. And then somebody in my hypnosis class says, you think that's fun? You got to try this new strange tapping thing. And I went to my first training and I was hooked. I was absolutely hooked. And then started clearing things on myself. And because when you're a hypnotist, people come to you for addictions, quit smoking, anxiety, breathing problems. And they say, you're my last resort. I've tried everything. Please hypnotize me. And I had just learned tapping, EFT. And I said, okay, I'll hypnotize you. But at the end, I'm going to give you, let's do 5 minutes of this new weird thing I've learned. And if you don't like it, I'll give you 5 minutes back. And who's going to say no to that? And every single client said, what did you do? What are you doing? And why do I feel different?
Wow.
And I was sold in.
I love that. You know, I'm a level 2 QHHT practitioner, quantum healing hypnosis technique. I have seen some trippy cool stuff happen in those sessions. But yeah, you need to teach me EFT and I'll throw in some EFT at the end of my sessions too. I actually have a friend coming down who is, we'll just say very ill this weekend, and we're doing a QHHT session with her. So yeah, but I admire you and I'm impressed with you because it is tough to be early in anything. Did you get a lot of skepticism at first?
Oh, how could you be tapping on acupuncture points? Why do you think it works? The research didn't come out till about 10 years ago. It's a lot of research. So it was really word of mouth and people going to their doctor saying, I have no more pain. I quit smoking. I'm no longer fighting with my spouse. You name it. And people were starting to then refer tons of people to us, the early practitioners. Now the research is out, and if someone wants to argue with research, I don't have any part in that argument anymore.
I love that it came out and validated you, though.
You got that right. It
I
did.
bet that was a good day. You were like, yeah, I knew this the whole time.
We
I
did because you feel it. You can't argue when people say, I feel completely different. You can't argue with that.
That's results. Yeah, that's results. Well, so okay, fear of failure, fear of success. What's going on there for people?
So it's interesting because everyone thinks they have fear of failure, but there's a lot of fear of success out there. Of course, I had to have both because I have everything of everything. So fear of failure, someone's afraid to complete the project or the proposal because someone will be critical, judgmental, think they're a failure. They have old history about failure. Someone who is afraid of success is worried about shining and being out there on stage or writing their book or whatever. And they're afraid someone's going to be envious and jealous and take a pot shot at them. So it's different worries when you get out there. Getting out there is the problem, right?
Showing up is
right.
hard.
Showing up is hard. And the behaviors look the same. So if someone is a procrastinator, they might be afraid of failure. They might be afraid of success. And it's important to ask which it is.
So again, going back to the why, right? The questions, the better we say we ask better questions in here, right?
Yes.
To get better answers that provide clarity.
Yes.
So and I love this because we talk so much about survival in here, and I talk about high functioning survival because again, it looked like I was really functioning, but I was not functioning. I was in survival mode. I was on autopilot. I was just happened to be good at my job. Yes. But my personal life was a hot freaking mess. In all arenas, friendships, husband, marriage, kid, all of it, all mom. Then mom is mom. Mom's gonna be mom. So, but how can we acknowledge that? Okay, so our survival patterns saved us, right? Got me here. So I survived.
Yes.
But we don't have to stay there forever. So talk to me about that.
It's so hopeful, isn't it? It
yes.
makes me feel so optimistic. I believe human beings can change. They want to change. And if they're given the right tools, everybody can change. But not everybody wants to pick up the tools, right? But we just have to acknowledge again with compassion, I was just trying to survive. I was just trying to be my best. And if that means the person was drinking or sabotaging or procrastinating or doing the drama thing in relationships, you're just trying not to feel. And you know what? We can handle any feeling, any emotion that's difficult if we have the right tools and we have safe, supportive people in our lives. The problem is so many people were told to shut up when they were hurt, be quiet when they were angry, keep it quiet when they're guilty. So we just haven't had space. We just have not been given the space to be who we are, which means all our feelings, all our needs. Nobody telling you can't feel that way. Well, actually, yes, I can.
Because I do, right? You can't deny what is,
right?
But people do. So you already answered my next question because it was going to be why, why do people not do that? And there's something so I have a congenital blood disease and it's kept me in and out of the hospital, a lot of near-death experiences. And I went through menopause and I can't have treatment for menopause because of said blood disease. So my bullshit filter has disappeared completely. So people are hearing a lot of no's. So why are we so concerned about what other people think?
History, habits, conditioning, right? Because we presented something about how we thought or felt as a kid and someone said, what? You can't feel that. Don't do that. Don't say that. Why did you do that? You'll never amount to something. Whatever they said, your teachers, your coaches, your parents, your grandparents, your caretakers, whatever they said to you, it formed an image and a way of being that was protective. So you went, note to self, oh, okay, never show anger. Oh, never cry, never show hurt, whatever. Everybody's family has a different version, right?
Right.
We care. First of all, human beings care, right? Second of all, a lot of human beings are critical and mean and nasty. And when you're young, mean and nasty is not the same as when you're 25.
Yeah.
So if someone took a swipe at you emotionally and you were 8, whew, the wound is much deeper than even if you were 18.
Yeah, and it sticks with us for so long if we don't seek and find help and support. And I'm a big advocate of, started my healing journey at 40 in inpatient rehabilitation and went through all the acronyms of healing. Name an acronym, I did it. But it was transformational coaches that really helped move me forward. And I think the difference is, yes, therapy is a rite of passage. Go look at what happened to you, but really you want to find somebody to work with that helps you move forward. Talk about that forward momentum.
So that's the rewiring that happens with tapping. So yes, I love traditional psychotherapy, but I needed more. I wanted to see more results faster. I'm impatient. I needed help in my own life. Right. And I wanted more. And the rewiring, you get to do things different in the future. So fine, get insight, understand where did it come from, which parent, which teacher, what
Yeah.
happened in your growing up that made you see the world this way. Great. Now, what are you going to do with it? Because now you've got the tools. Now you have the knowledge. How are you going to move forward and be different to yourself and to others? How are you going to connect? It's all about connection and disconnection for me. So
Yeah, we have never been so connected and disconnected at the same time. Yeah,
yes,
there's a loneliness epidemic that I don't think has changed from the pandemic. I think some people just still never came out of it. So, human connection is vital. It's vital.
it's life-giving. And there are famous trauma therapists who say trauma happens with a group of people. So you need to heal trauma with people.
Ah, of course you do.
That's
Yeah,
that entails rewiring. That
yeah,
entails going inside and understanding what makes you tick, what makes you afraid, what makes you bark at people.
yeah.
Where did you learn it? I know where I learned it, right? Find out what it is. Then you can take steps to move forward, right? It's fine learning where it came from. It's very important.
But
But
don't get stuck there.
don't get
Yeah.
stuck. Do something different, be different, find safe people that you can be in community with and really talk to them and learn how to listen to them, right? And
Yeah.
listen to yourself.
I love that. You gotta listen. You gotta listen. So how do unresolved survival patterns show up in leadership, in corporate, and leadership at work? Because you know what? Guess what, guys? You're carrying your unresolved trauma to work. You are. You are.
So interesting. Some people think they're not, right? All you have to do is watch how a leader talks to their people, right?
Mm,
Watch what a leader shies away from. Watch
okay.
what a leader is particularly loud about. And it's like, oh, you start to see the family patterns. We're all bringing our history into work, and that includes every single person at the top, right?
Yes, it
So
does.
what ruffles their feathers? What gets them irritated? What makes them too happy?
Or
About
micromanage or hands off completely. Yeah. 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 Absolutely.
so
Absolutely.
it does show up in everybody. I mean, there's not a single human being who doesn't need more help, right? We all
We
need help.
all need it. We all need, and I'm a big advocate of always having a mentor or somebody that has your back,
Yes.
somebody that's your cheerleader, somebody that's your teacher,
Yes.
somebody that has something that you don't have that you want. And it may take working with one, two, three, four people to find the right fit, but find the right fit. I'm a big advocate of mentorship because it was a transformational coach that eventually moved me forward because I was stuck in I've done everything. I spent 200 grand on all the DBT, CBT, EMDR, neurofeedback, brain mapping, psychotherapy for highly sensitive. I did it all. And I was still waking up going, I don't know if I want to be here. I don't know how to do this. And now I wake up and I'm like, well, what do I got to do today? Totally different default, right?
And
You get a new operating system.
and you can't do that unless you've been taking care of the nervous system.
Exactly.
You cannot jump ahead three steps if your nervous system is still scared. And so grown-ups, right, think that's about kids. No, the nervous system is at any age, 30,
It
40,
is.
60, 70. We have to take care of it. We have to soothe it. We have to understand it. And
We have
that's
to
why
feel
yeah,
safe
feel safe.
in our own bodies
Yes, we do.
with our own company. I'll tell you, Carrie, something so cool and fascinating happens when you go from drowning yourself, almost killing yourself slowly in a bottle and self-hatred to really digging who you are, liking your own company, living your dream. I'm living my dream job right now. Like I said earlier, I get to talk to brilliant people who've gone through some stuff and now use it to help other people. I mean, it's amazing. But now it wasn't easy to get here, but it was worth every one of those hard days. Now, we still have hard days. Talk to us about that. Doing the healing does not mean life ain't going to stop happening.
Well, we have hard days because we live with people on this earth, right? So we have family
It's
members,
you, not me.
we have coworkers, right? We're reactive to our family, our kids, I have 15 nieces and nephews. I'm
Oh,
reactive, right?
yeah.
So we have to take care of those stress levels, because feeling better and doing well and recovering from something doesn't mean the world doesn't keep going. It
Yep.
continues to spin, and our family members and our loved ones and our coworkers are also spinning, and it's
Yep.
our responsibility to take care of our reactivity. If you
I
take
love
care
that.
of your reactivity, which means you've been taking care of your nervous system, a lot changes in your relationships, all your relationships.
Yes, if you just work on you, my friends. And listen, let me tell you, I always say this, I'm going to keep saying it because I'm planting the seeds.
Yeah.
Observation is not neutral. That is quantum physics, it's quantum mechanics. The minute you take that finger that you're using to blame everybody, just by the way, you turn it inward and you start observing, you've already started to do some of the hard work. Because once you start observing, it's already starting to change for you. But you've got to take that big, heavy, hard step of going, okay, I'm going to really look at this stuff. I'm going to look at me. And when you just work on you, magic happens.
Magic happens, and finding out what's making you tick is can be fun. I know it can be painful.
Yeah.
A lot of mine was about grief. A lot of my earlier work was about
Mhm.
grief. Yeah, that was painful. And guess what? It just opened me up to be able
Yeah.
to work with people and connect with it. Just life changing, right? But I
Yeah.
didn't even know it really was about grief. I was raised in an alcoholic family, and I thought I was just going along and doing what I needed to do and worrying about
Autopilot. Yeah.
autopilot. And you were talking about, being a high functioning person while you were falling apart. Sometimes they call that functional freeze, where you're going through the motions, but you're not there.
Yep.
You're
Yep.
doing, sure, you got to the end of the day, you even served dinner, you even talked to somebody on the phone, but you're not there. And there's a lot of checking out that is going on that we need to
Yeah,
take care of.
miss out on a lot. And you know what I love about my marriage now, and I always say this to my husband, is we have memories we get to keep now. And they're beautiful memories that we're creating together on most days. I'm in menopause, so some days are a little rough, but it's lovely to be so embodied and aware and present to have memories that we get to keep. Because, my friends, at the end of the day, it is not going to be the things you are worried about. It's going to be your memories and your regrets. And please, by all means, don't have some of your regrets be the memories you missed out on because you were completely checked out of your own life. Truly. All right, Carol, you've got two beautiful books behind you. I want to talk about them. So let's talk about the Yes books. Okay. Grab the one with the butterfly first. I love that cover.
That's the second one. This is Yes, Thank You, Tapping into the Superpower of Gratitude. So I was
Oh,
doing a book about gratitude and EFT tapping, and I was doing the research, and the research on gratitude was mind blowing. The research on EFT is over the top, but the research on gratitude was incredible. So if it's so darn good, why aren't we doing it? Right? I mean, it lowers your cortisol, it improves your stress, it improves your health, and with numbers. I'm not just saying it makes you feel better. It's
yeah.
right. So that's a combination of, well, why wouldn't we do it? What's going
Why aren't we doing it?
on? Right? Too busy, containers too full, low
Okay.
self-esteem. Why wouldn't,
No.
right? So I go through my family history, and why was I not focused on gratitude? One, I didn't know the research,
Some of us don't know, right?
but I wouldn't do that. I was too focused on taking care of everybody else.
Yeah.
Right. So we have to find that out. So the book changed a lot throughout my writing.
Writing a book is the catharsis. Boy, oh boy. When I was writing my memoir, I would have to write like 2 hours and then go rest the rest of the day. I was like, oh my God, there's so much I haven't processed. Oh, I felt terrible. Yeah, it was hard. It was hard getting through. Yeah.
It's a lot. So that was a really fun book to write. And there's a lot in it where you can do exercises and do EFT about why you're not doing gratitude about the EFT. I added gratitude into the EFT world. And it just
lovely.
Changed my life. Yeah.
I love it. And the yes code. Talk to us about yes code.
The yes code is transforming sabotage into success. And it's just my uber simple way of coaching people to find out, get really clear. Why aren't you where you want to be? Ask the right questions, use tapping to release the blocks, emotional blocks, belief blocks, limiting beliefs, right? Or your behaviors. We all want different results, but we're not doing what we need to do. Everybody's trying to change their behavior. You need to change your emotions and your beliefs. You want different results? Do emotional work and belief work. But our country, our world is really focused on behavior, and it only goes so far.
So because doesn't the belief cause the behavior?
Yes, the emotions and the beliefs trigger the behavior, right? Yeah. And then you get results. But we're just too focused on changing the behavior and cleaning up the clutter and putting down the alcohol, which is important, right?
Yes.
We've got to
That is only the first step, girl. Yeah, that's so much more involved after that. Yeah.
So that's
a lot of excavation. A lot of excavation. Well, how do you work with people? Talk to us about how you work with people, how we can get in touch with you if we want a session.
So I love working with people. So Carol at carollook.com. I also have a lot of free videos if people want to go to the new YouTube channel is Carol Look Success.
Okay.
So Carol Look Success, lots of videos there. And
guys, you don't have to write that down. We're going to put a clickable link right down below so you can find it.
And you can go to the yescode.com/thank you, get also free videos. People are like, Carol, how do I do all these expensive things in a coaching programs? You know what? Go ahead and do the free stuff. I'm good. I've done my abundance work, right? Go ahead.
You're like, I can give away some free information.
Learn how to do this stuff because you'll get hooked in a very positive way because you'll feel better and you'll start to get the cadence of it when I'm tapping with people on all these different topics, fear of saying no and sabotage, all those topics that I love working with. So there are lots of places. If you want to work with me, that's different. You can just come to my website, go to Carol at carollook.com. and just connect with me, and we will find a way. We will work together.
We will find a way. I love that. Well, guys, if you feel like Carol might be a fit for you, definitely look her up. There'll be a clickable link down here. Carol, we always close out with 2 questions for each of our guests. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
All right. First question. In your own life, what do you feel like you performed in order to survive? And what did setting down that role masker performance do for your life?
So taking care of people is what I did. And what it did for me is taught me how to be really good at taking care of others. And then I turned it around, and it was masking my pain. It was masking my pain. And I turned it around, and now I know how to take care of myself. There are non-negotiables that Carol takes care of herself before anybody else. I have to, or else I'm no good, right? But I learned a lot and was very good at it. And it helped me in my work because I can see things and feel things, and I know things from being hyper vigilant about other people. There's no side to that. Yes, it was a problem. And also it's like, it has made me really good at my work.
Well, that's going from survival mode, right? It got you there. It helped you survive into success. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful way to get there. So, all right, last question. What do you feel like we need to be talking more about or having conversations about?
Stillness and space.
Oh, those are so good. Do you mean giving each other space or giving ourselves space, or both?
Both.
Okay.
We are not spending any time that's quiet or still
in
order to hear ourselves, hear somebody else, hear our own thoughts. No, when was the last time people were quiet for 20 seconds? We're not. Right? Even in meditation, people are like doing their to-do list. What are they going to do next? What's the conversation coming? So if we could talk more about stillness and holding space for people including ourselves, we would change. We would change.
And you know what? We can change ourselves one person at a time. And I swear, my friends, when you change yourself, you change the world. You really do. And you'll see it. You'll see it in the people around you. They change too. The toxicity kind of takes itself out. Trash kind of takes itself out. It's kind of a cool phenomenon. And then what's replaced is people that are on this new vibration that you've raised up to. It's a really cool phenomenon that I've seen happen every single time people start doing this work. So, and friends out there, I'm going to ask you the same question. What did you perform in order to survive? And what might you get by setting the role masker performance down? How might you feel lighter? Just something to consider. I'm your host, Lisa Lacy, with our guest, Carol Look. And when you find the answer, we will see you on the edge. Thank you so much, Carol.
Thank you, Lisa.